Caitlin Clark, the basketball sensation, has a knack for doing things her way, and recently her influence stretched far beyond the hardwood. In a move that startled fans, puzzled analysts, and gave LPGA superstar Nelly Korda an unexpected reason to sit up straighter, Clark entered the world of golf. It wasn't just a casual appearance at a celebrity pro-am or a friendly nod toward the sport. No, Clark didn't do casual. Her entrance into the sport felt like a scene stealer crashing a drama, shifting focus with such precision that even seasoned golf veterans were left marveling. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Clark's basketball prowess is well documented. She's the kind of player who can drain a three-pointer from the parking lot and make it look like she's just stretching. Yet what makes her compelling isn't just the stats, it's her energy, her presence. This same unshakable charisma turned heads on the golf course. With a single well-timed move, Clark managed to reframe an ongoing crisis in the LPGA, an issue the organization had been grappling with for years. The sport, often criticized for its struggle to maintain consistent viewership and player recognition, had been looking for a spark. Clark didn't just light a match, she wrought the flamethrower. The moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the green, something shifted. Her ability to connect with audiences, whether through a slight grin after a clutch play or a casual wave that seemed directed at everyone and no one, translated effortlessly to golf. Her swing wasn't perfect, far from it, but it didn't need to be. What mattered was her enthusiasm, a kind of unfiltered joy that's rare in professional sports. People weren't watching to critique her grip or analyze her stance. They were watching because Caitlin Clark was having fun, and that energy was infectious. Nelly Korda, the reigning face of women's golf, wasn't necessarily worried at first. Why would she be? Korda's dominance on the tour had been unquestioned, her polished game and composed demeanor making her a beacon of consistency. But Clark's arrival wasn't about threatening anyone's title. It was about shifting attention in a way that felt organic, almost accidental. Suddenly, there was a fresh lens through which people were viewing the LPGA, and it wasn't the usual conversation about sponsors or dwindling ratings. It was about potential, excitement, and the possibility that golf could be fun in ways it hadn't been before. For Korda, this wasn't just a matter of competition, but a challenge to adapt to a new kind of spotlight. Clark brought a brashness to the game that contrasted sharply with the LPGA's usual demeanor. Where Korda embodied elegance and precision, Clark brought a kind of controlled chaos. She missed shots and laughed about it. She celebrated the rare straight drives as though she just won a major. This wasn't how professional golf operated, but maybe that was the point. Clark was a disruptor, and her mere presence made people wonder if the sport had been taking itself too seriously. This shift came at a time when the LPGA needed it most. The organization had been wrestling with the problem of relatability. Golf, for all its technical beauty, often struggles to capture the imagination of younger audiences. The game requires patience, an appreciation for subtlety, and an understanding of its nuances. These aren't qualities that scream entertainment in an era dominated by TikTok reels and fast-paced video games. Clark's involvement changed that equation. She wasn't just a basketball star playing golf. She was a bridge between two worlds, drawing in fans who might never have considered tuning into a golf tournament. The impact of her presence was immediate. Social media lit up with clips of Clark teeing off, reacting to near misses, and joking with other players. It wasn't that she was rewriting the rules of the game. She was simply reminding everyone why sports, in their purest form, are supposed to be enjoyable. Fans of her basketball exploits followed her into this new arena, and before long, golf courses were filled with spectators who cared less about the technicalities and more about the energy. For the LPGA, this was gold dust. Korda, of course, wasn't sitting idly by. She watched, she learned, and in her quiet way, she adjusted. There was no public declaration, no dramatic pivot in her approach. Instead, Korda began embracing moments that allowed her personality to shine. The dynamic between the two athletes, one a golf prodigy, the other an outsider with a knack for stealing the show, felt like a fresh narrative for the LPGA. It wasn't antagonistic, nor was it saccharine. It was a quiet acknowledgement that change could be good, even necessary. One of the most telling moments came during an exhibition event where both athletes participated. Clark, with her trademark swagger, hit a drive that veered wildly off course. Instead of frustration, she turned to the crowd, hands in the air, and said, "Well, that's one way to get closer to the snack bar." The laughter that followed was genuine, and even Korda, known for her measured demeanor, cracked a smile. It was a small moment, but it encapsulated the ripple effect Clark was having. She wasn't making golf less serious. She was reminding people that serious didn't have to mean stiff. For the LPGA, Clark's influence extended beyond the fairways. Her ability to generate buzz wasn't just about her personality. It was about her ability to draw eyes to the sport. Sponsorships became more appealing, broadcasters took notice, and ticket sales saw a bump. While it would be unfair to credit Clark alone for these changes, her role as a catalyst was undeniable. She had, in one move, highlighted the sport's potential in a way that traditional campaigns and initiatives had struggled to achieve. The implications for the LPGA are significant. By embracing figures like Clark, the organization has a chance to redefine itself, to shake off some of the outdated perceptions that have clung to it for years. This isn't about abandoning tradition or alienating longtime fans. It's about recognizing that growth often requires a willingness to take risks, to let in fresh air even if it ruffles a few feathers. Clark's presence might not solve every issue the LPGA faces, but it offers a blueprint for how the sport can evolve without losing its essence. For Nelly Korda, the path forward is clear, even if it's not easy. She doesn't need to mimic Clark or change who she is. What makes Korda compelling is her authenticity, her ability to perform at the highest level with grace and composure. What Clark has done is open a door, inviting players like Korda to step through and show more of themselves. The beauty of this moment lies in its balance. Clark doesn't overshadow Korda. She complements her, creating a dynamic that feels fresh and engaging. In many ways, this story isn't just about Caitlin Clark or Nelly Korda. It's about the potential for sports to evolve, to embrace the unexpected and find new ways to connect with audiences. Clark's involvement in golf may have started as a lark, but its impact has been anything but trivial. By bringing her authentic self to the course, she has reminded everyone that at its core, sports are about connection, joy, and the thrill of the unexpected. Clark's move wasn't just a solution to a problem, it was a statement. It said that golf didn't have to be confined by its traditions, that it could adapt and thrive without losing what made it special. For fans, players, and the LPGA itself, this moment feels less like a departure and more like a beginning. And as Caitlin Clark lines up her next shot, be it on the court or the course, one thing is certain: everyone is watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.